Burlesque Stripped Down, episode number 51. Welcome back, my friends. This is Velvet Eau Claire. As always, I am your guide to all of the secrets, saucy, sexy, and unsaucy secrets of us, the ladies, gents, and non-binary folk behind the tassels. And I am so happy. Thank you so much for pressing play today. Welcome back. This is a solo cast. I do not have a guest with me, so you're just going to get to listen to my voice for a few minutes. Lucky you. But thank you for joining, whether you are a new listener or you've been with us for a while. I so appreciate you in every way, shape, and form. You are what I was thankful for this year, without a doubt. Speaking of Thanksgiving, I hope you had a fantastic time celebrating with your loved ones. If you're in America, I guess. If you're outside of America, I hope you had a good last Thursday. It was nothing exciting for you, but here in America, it was Thanksgiving. A little tough for some of us this year with some of the recent events that have been happening in our country, but hopefully you were able to still enjoy the company of your loved ones around you, because as we can try to remember, that is really what's most important. We can still be upset, we can still activate, we can still do all of these things, but it's our loved ones, our family, our friends, our chosen family that really makes life worth living. So I hope you had a great time. Me personally, I was lucky. I actually got to go on a cruise for the entire week of Thanksgiving, which was just phenomenal. It was with my mother and one of her friends, and we met some people on the boat, and it was just a great time. And it was nice because we kind of made a rule. We broke it like once or twice, but we made a rule about no politics. So as much as like the weeks preceding that, my brain had just been so wrapped up in this election and in its ramifications and in what I'm going to do about it and all of these things. It was nice to kind of take a week, just a week. I don't want to sink back into complacency, but just to take that week and just, get sunburned. And I will say there was unlimited drinks for free on the ship, so it was I enjoyed some martinis, we'll put it that way. So that was great. I had a really nice time. So anyway, happy Thanksgiving to my fellow Americans, and really to all of you, even if you are in a country that doesn't celebrate this Thanksgiving. And happy December. It is now December. I'm recording this on December 1st. So happy December to all of you. I cannot believe we are at the end of 2016 already. It has just gone by so fast. Now, today we are still smack dab in the middle of the season O sex here on Burlesque Stripped Down. So I wanted to kind of bring you a little episode regarding something that I found online that I really, really love and that I highly recommend you check out for yourself. And this is the gender unicorn. I know, it sounds amazing in all sorts of ways, and it sure is. It's an organization called the Trans Student Educational Resources, the TSER, and they have a website with a lot of different resources for people who identify as trans, as well as allies, and especially for teachers and students on how to kind of, deal with maybe questions of identity as when you're a student. And also how teachers can be a little more, there's a section called Teacher Tips, which has like how teachers can be a little bit more inclusive as they approach these things, which is great for me because I do work with children in my, my vanilla life. So it's nice to kind of keep those things in mind. So anyway, I found this gender unicorn, which is just a fantastic little drawing that helps a person to kind of work through and demonstrate the way that they identify. And so what it is, and I will put this in the show notes, which will be at burlesquestrippeddown.com/gender unicorn. And so of course you'll get to see it there, but I'll try to describe it to you. Basically, you've got a little unicorn who's really cute and he's purple and it's great. And then you have 5 different sections, right? And there are scales. And the first one is gender identity, right? And this is talking about how you identify, okay? Female, woman, girl, male, man, boy, or other genders. And I'm going to describe in a minute one of, I think, the best parts of this, which is how it's set up there. But the 5 categories are gender identity, then gender expression, feminine, masculine, or other. Then it has your sex that's assigned at birth, which is either female, male, or other intersex. Then it breaks down some attraction. The first one is physically attracted to women, men, and other genders. And then there's emotionally attracted to women, men, and other genders. So this hits the big points, right, of how you identify, what you were assigned at birth, and your orientation, what you're attracted to. And so there's a few things that I really love about this. First of all, I will say, and the TSER website says this as well, it's actually very similar to the genderbread man, which is really an awesome name for anything. Genderbread man. I love it. And that comes from, I don't know if it's a Tumblr or just the website. It's pronounced metrosexual. That's the name of the website. It's pronounced metrosexual. So they had a very similar thing called that genderbread man. But this one, the unicorn, I think takes it kind of up a step. It adds in some distinctions and corrects some of the issues from that other version. But if you really like gingerbread men, I'll link that up as well so that you can check that out and kind of make your own adjustments to it. The website, the TSER website does provide this colored version of it as well as a blank coloring page. And they've got it in 10 different languages, which is really neat as well. It really makes it accessible. But what I love about this, the way it's laid out is you don't check boxes. You have this spectrum, this scale that you can kind of place yourself on. You can put a dot maybe to show where you feel. But it's not the binary scale because that bothers me, right? It's not, I like what the Kinsey scale has done, to kind of open, people can kind of identify with it. They can see it. But it's not about a scale like in the gender identity section, for example. It's not about a scale being female on one end and male being on the other. Each of those has their individual scales, and it kind of goes from 0 to 100. So you take that inside the gender identity, you have 3 different scales that you should, I said should, don't say should, that you can place yourself on. The first one is female, woman, and girl. And you basically, you can think of it as 0 to 100. How much do you identify as a female, woman, or girl? Then it's male, man, or boy. How much do you identify as a male, man, or boy? Then it's other genders. How much do you identify as in these other genders? And so and it does that for each different one. Well, except for the sex assigned at birth, because that's kind of a, you were assigned one thing. But as far as the identities, expressions, and attractions, it's all about placing yourself on that spectrum somewhere for each individual one. Because even for things like gender expression, you could express yourself at an 80 or a 90 as feminine, and also at an 80 or 90 as masculine. Just depends on your day, or depends on which, half of your body. You could do half and half. You could do all these things. And other, being something that you can define yourself. So I hope that makes sense. Again, it'll make a lot more sense when you look at it in person. But that's kind of basically how it's outlined. And I just think that is such an important thing for people to start thinking of in that way, as opposed to in this binary, male, female, or heterosexual, homosexual way. So I love that about it. I also really just first of all, it's a really cute, super cute, cartoony unicorn who's just freaking adorable. And apparently the design is by Landon Pan and Anna Moore. So a little shout out to them as well. So what I would say, I would highly recommend that you take a second to go to the website, check this out. You can get it on burlesquetripdown.com/genderunicorn. You can also go straight to transstudent.org/gender, and you'll be able to find it there as well. So I have a couple different suggestions on how to use this resource to its maximum efficiency. Before I do, actually, I do want to say I was planning this episode out a few days ago and researching it and brainstorming. And then yesterday, I was at Planned Parenthood for my Well Woman checkup. And what was sitting on the table next to all the magazines but a laminated copy of the Gender Unicorn? I was like, it's meant to be. It was so amazing to see it. I've never seen it before. And then to see it in 2 different places was just phenomenal. So here are my suggestions. First of all, if you are a teacher in any way, shape, or form, whether it's for young adults or adults, whether you're teaching burlesque or you're teaching something else, you can use this Gender Unicorn as first of all, as a creative activity and or as a jumping off point for further discussion, further communication, further connection between your students and between your students and yourself. Of course, you have to be careful with this in schools. It goes without saying. That's why I didn't say for children. That probably is too touchy of an area. But if you, for example, if you're a nanny and you know that the family is very open to these types of things and is, in the same boat, this is a great resource to kind of help these children. but primarily for adults and young adults. Like I wish I was still, I'm no longer tutoring English as a second language, but I think this is a great thing to discuss, a great starting point for discussions with students. Again, use your judgment as far as, don't get fired, basically, put it that way. But, well, it's stupid that we even have to say something like that because this is not at all anything. It should not be anything controversial, but apparently sometimes it could be. I don't know. That's a whole different topic. Just use your judgment. Now, you can also, what I have done is, and I will take a picture of mine and kind of place it on the website as well. You can print out the coloring page because the other one is already colored and the scales are colored as well. And you just kind of, on the fully colored one, you can just kind of place your dots on it and see where you are. But if you print out the coloring page, what you can do is actually assign different colors to the scales themselves, right? And so, even a spectrum, like you could go like the female gender identity could go from light blue to dark blue, right? And then the male gender identity could go from light red to dark red. And then not only can you find where you are on that scale, but then on the unicorn, you can color that particular area of the unicorn, which is kind of delineated there, in whatever color or colors you have placed yourself on the scale as. Does that make sense? I feel like I did not explain that very well. I'll put up my version of this, which is kind of what I did. But it's kind of fun to add that kind of visual. And then you end up with a beautiful multicolored unicorn, which is always fun as well. So you can do fun things with the coloring page. I also highly recommend that you make this a routine or make this a frequent thing in your life. You can either use a different color or you can even print out an entire new page to do maybe every year or maybe even every 6 months to mark how your identity, your expression, your attractions change over time. Because they will. I mean, just because, I identify, like right now I'm fairly strong in the gender expression feminine category, I mean, I like being a girly girl right now. But that's not to say in a year that I won't much prefer, wearing suits and, being a little more masculine. So things can change over time. They also may not change over time, but they certainly can. So I highly recommend that. You could even keep a binder, with all of these different ones, or you can print them out in half page sizes so you don't waste as much paper, and then kind of keep those and see how it changes over time. I also really need someone out there in the world to create a gender unicorn or genderbread themed burlesque show. So this is your call to action. If you're a producer who's looking for something new to produce, do it now. Gender unicorn or genderbread. I love it. I think it's amazing and I want to hear all about it. All right? It's your assignment. If it's already happened, that's cool too. You got to email me and tell me about it. And lastly, what I would love to see as with our Burlesque Stripped Down community, I think that we should all fill out our own unicorns, our gender unicorns, whether we're just marking it or we're doing the full-on color to make a multicolored unicorn. Let's all fill ours out, and then we're going to hashtag it gender unicorn. And you can also hashtag it burlesque stripped down so that I know that it does double duty. So hashtag gender unicorn and hashtag burlesque stripped down. You can also email it to me directly. I want you to email it to me directly, velvet@burlesquestrippeddown.com, because I would like to create a gallery of it, maybe on the website and on social media as well. I'd love to see everyone's unicorns and just filling up this giant, I have this image of this giant page of just rainbow amazingness. So email me your gender unicorn. You can do it with your name and your location. You can also do it with just your location or completely anonymous, as you like. It doesn't really matter. I won't put your email on it or anything like that. So send me your filled out gender unicorn. That's going to be your Christmas present to me. Okay. I would love to see it. And we'll kind of create this space where everybody can check it out and make those connections as well. So that's the gender unicorn. I was just so tickled to have found something like this. First of all, I love little cartoony color things that I can color. And second of all, I think it's so important to start having this conversation with yourself, not even just with other people, but just to start thinking about how do you identify? How do you express yourself? What are you attracted to? And I love that sexual and emotional attraction are separated because that is so true as well. So I was just tickled to have found this, and I really, really wanted to share it with you, especially since we are in the middle of our season O sex. We could also, as burlesque, if you're a burlesque or cabaret or vaudeville performer, you can also add like kind of almost another category to this, which is your like personas. You could do it actually. Oh man, you could do an entire unicorn just with your persona or just with a specific character. And that'll add so much depth. Ooh, I love it. Right? So you could do one that's completely for your particular character in whatever it is. Like I think of like Diva Hollywood, and she has her pirate act that she does. Her it's kind of more of an MC gig, right? And oh man, Diva, you got to do an entire gender unicorn just for your pirate guy. And that'll kind of add some depth to it as well. Oh, look at this. Look at this. Ideas are happening left and right. So again, in the middle of the season, Oh Sex is another way that we can start thinking about sexuality. We can start thinking about gender. We can start kind of combining it in and making it a part of our everyday lives as well as our artistic lives. So I hope you enjoyed this little kind of a little scatterbrained rundown of the gender unicorn from the Trans Student Educational Resources website. Again, burlesquestripdown.com/gender unicorn is going to have all the links. If you are interested in supporting the show, there's a few ways you can do that. We are taking patrons over on Patreon, which is you can find at burlesquestripdown.com/support. That's going to take you to our Patreon page. You can sign up as little as $1 a month, $3 a month, $5, however much you'd like to support this this program, this podcast, as well as some of the other endeavors that I'm going to be jumping into. So you can definitely do that, and you'll get special perks as well as my eternal gratitude. We're looking right now, our first goal is to hit $20 per month, which will simply pay for our hosting fees, because right now I pay $20 every month to Libsyn to host these media files. So even that's our first kind of milestone that we're trying to hit, is that $20 per month to pay for our hosting fees. So anything you can contribute would be immensely appreciated. You can also, if you're interested in joining up the team, I'm still kind of chatting with people. We're putting together a little team of us, which is going to be great. And if you're interested in joining either as a full-on team member or simply an ambassador who helps to spread the word, you can do that at burlesquestripdown.com/join-the-posse. You can share this with your friends. Take about 2 or 3 friends and just kind of that you think would love this episode or any other episode and share it with them. And you can subscribe, rate, and review in iTunes or whichever is your preferred podcast player. If you don't know how to do that, it's very, very simple. Most podcast players will have some sort of subscribe button so that you'll get the new episodes delivered automatically to your device. And then in that same place, you should be able to leave some sort of rating and review, particularly in iTunes, because they do a lot of algorithms to show where you appear in the search results. So the more rating and reviews we have, the higher up we're going to do. So I would really, really appreciate that if you have an extra few seconds. Thank you all so much for listening. If you haven't yet, last episode was with Shayla D. Tumbling, which she was an amazing person to talk to. And I actually just got off the mic, just recorded an episode with Onyx Keisha, which is going to be happening next week. If you remember my Sex Down South recap episode, Onyx was the one who did the workshop on erotica in film. And so I really just feel invigorated having chatted with her, and I can't wait to bring that interview to you. So until next time, my friends, feel free to send me an email. Let me know, as always, what you're thinking of the show, what you have planned for the holidays. I'll take any of it. I just like to hear from you. You can also leave a voice message over on burlesquestripdown.com over on the right-hand side of the page where it says, leave me a message. I hope you all stay warm, those of you who are in cold places. Those of you who are down here, it was very humid here today, still in Florida. So, stay in the holiday spirit, even if it's not quite cold enough to really feel it. And I hope that you all stay sexy.